Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon, and today I'm bringing my top 10 games of 2021, which I played in 2021 and came out in 2021. Now, in at number 10, we have got the game Naga Prabat. This is one of the 14 highest peaks in the world. It's a game by Steve Finn and Dr. Finn's Games. Obviously, it's the same designer who is the publisher. And in this particular game, yes, there's even a great film you can watch on Netflix to do with called 14 Peaks. It's a game very similar to Trek 12, which, funny enough, is also about mountaineering, and it's definitely in this abstract category and exploration game. It's also on Board Game Arena, and you're trying to ultimately get various different sets, various different things that you're trying to do, trying to get different combinations, wild tokens potentially, to try and score the best score possible. And there's a score track over here. I enjoyed the game, but as you can see, it is in at number 10. There were 21 different games I played in 2021 that came out in 2021, and that's a lot less than prior years when I've played as many as 82 in 2018. Right, now on to Die of the Dead, a game I played at the UK Games Expo in the evening at the hotel. This is a rather interesting game. I actually happened to win the game. It was my first time playing it. Some of these pictures are my own, actually, in fact. And what you're trying to do in this rather glorious looking game is you're trying to roll certain dice and try and be the first person to get to the top of these stairs. That is how the game works. In fact, this is my picture, I believe. So that's how the game finished. And it has a certain color, but what you're trying to do is ultimately get your color up to the top by placing dice into these various little coffins and then shaking them up, and then ultimately trying to get certain things out of them and get them typically across the final point. Rather interesting game. Okay, up next we have got Railroad Ink Challenge. Now, I'm not a major fan of Railroad Ink, this roll and write game, but these newer challenges I much prefer. I find them a lot more interesting, and again, I believe I have got some photos out on here as well. There's only 42 photos that have been out, and I think mine are on here somewhere, but I can't recall exactly where that might be. But what I prefer about it is the variety, a lot more variety, and a lot more different options you can do in a particular game. There you go, there's my picture. So this is what I recommend. Of all the different railroad inks, I recommend this one in particular. Up next, we have got King Domino Origins. Now, this is, you might say, a lighter version of King Domino. It's not quite. It's between King Domino and Queen Domino in its specificity. And in this particular game, like the other games I've already shown you today, there aren't too many images out because, of course, it's a relatively new release, and not too many people are obviously gaming in person in this multiplayer game. In this game, you are going to have volcanoes which can give you tiles, which means you can go further afield and pick where you wish to actually have certain things going. So that's something to bear in mind when you want to actually choose what tile you pick. So it gives you a bit more variety. I don't prefer it over King Domino. I think it's fine. There is my picture, in fact. So here you go. By all means, of course, thumb up this video, thumb up these pictures as well, and of course, ensure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already to catch more videos coming soon. There's plenty more on its way. In addition, of course, comment to let me know what your top games have been. Up next, by Peterson Games, you have Invasion of the Brood. This particular game is a two-player asymmetrical game. I am creating a list. I've already up to 44 different games for my top 50 asymmetrical games. And if we go ahead, we can see various pictures on here too. So there's only 6 pictures, and in fact, it's pretty much all my photos on here, in fact. So here we are playing outdoors, in fact, playing outdoor gaming, playing Invasion of the Brood here, playing, I think, as the humans. I don't think I've won this game yet. And yeah, there we go. Here are some components as well. So there's the various things, everything states, rather clever concept. And there's another game by Peterson Games which plays very similarly as well. That's called Cthulhu Wars Duel. Up next, Carnegie. Now this is on Board Game Arena. It's a very heavy Euro game. Quite interesting concept about trying to actually play out in various locations. I don't have a copy of the game, so there are no photos of mine on this particular imagery page. And then up next, we have got Spy Connection. Now, this is by Brett J. Gilbert and Matthew Dunstan, a combination of duo of designers who are fantastic when they work together. Interestingly, Brett is first in the name in this order, and this looks quite like Matthew. That looks quite a bit like Brett, actually. I don't know if that was intentional. And in this particular game, yes, it's an abstract strategy game pretty much. It's very much like, in fact, more photos of mine here. That isn't my photo, but I'm sure we'll find some of mine. Yes, there's not much in the way of components. Noir, so I have played this on the dark side of the box as well. And as you can see, you're trying to lay out certain routes to complete certain routes. And it's very similar to Ticket to Ride. The difference being is actually you're trying to complete your routes and then you can take your pieces off again and try and complete them elsewhere. So you have a certain amount of pieces to do that. And yeah, no, I enjoyed this game. I've played at various different player counts, various different scenarios. I think this might be my picture again. Let's check. No, it's Andreas. So Andreas has similar naming for what he calls games as well. But yeah, here are some more pictures which may be mine as well. I'm not sure. But you can see coffee cup is empty because the day, full of coffee at the night times. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next game in this list. Of course, check out the description. You'll find lots more pictures on Instagram. Please follow there with 2,200 photos, and via the description you can support the channel via Patreon. Up next, we have got Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. Now, again, this has been a game that I've preferred over Terraforming Mars. The reason being is it plays a lot quicker. I still haven't played at a full player count, and I haven't played it solo yet. I have played Terraforming Mars solo, and again, not too many photos, but my photos are on here as well. And what I like about the game is it's simultaneous. There's no drafting, which is a shame because I do like drafting in Terraforming Mars. It's the only way I play it. It does add about 45 minutes to the game, though. But yeah, it's very enjoyable. The components, again, they missed the trick on choosing to potentially give better components. They definitely could have done that. I'm guessing the reason why is it just keeps down that the amount of costs as well. So I don't have the Kickstarter edition, just to let you know as well. And if I can quickly find out where my photo is, I think mine might be, they might be here. I'm not sure. Mine is definitely on here somewhere. Anyway, you can definitely find them on Instagram. There's lots of likes over on there too. Okay, up to the next game. Let's crack on. So now we have Cascade. I believe this is number 2, a game I might be playing again tonight or today, in fact, within the next hour potentially. Illustrated by Beth Sobel. She's been popular in many other games. Cascadia, the follow-up to Calico, which I still haven't played yet. This particular game is an abstract strategy, which I happened to also do well out of my first game, but enjoyed it. 8 out of 10, trying to complete certain combos. And again, this has been very popular. I think, yeah, as I imagine, there's a lot more photos on here, but you will also find my photos on here too. So this, I'm not sure if there's going to be a trilogy. The game that isn't on here is the follow-up to the second Azul. The third and fourth one are now out. The fourth one is still waiting to be in the UK, but it is something that you might want to be considering. So this is very much, I have even found a game that I think is a Cascadia killer. So I think there are alternatives to Cascadia out there, and that is something to bear in mind. It's, I think people do prefer it over the original game Calico, but it is something you might want to check out if that, of course, interests you. This is interesting. They've got Instagram going on here. Okay, so we're going to quickly grab to where my photo is, which let's just see if we can see it on here. And as you can see, there is a lot of photos. I think that could be mine there. But yeah, lots of beautiful photos, a lot of lovely artwork, very nice. But yeah, see if you can find my photo on there. Okay, up next, we have got the final game, number 1, my best game, the game that meant wow, that came out in 2021. This is called the Crude Deeps, Mission Deep Sea. I prefer it over the original. The Crew, I think it gels better. I kind of gave up on the Crew when I got to level 12 or so. This is actually one caveat is I still actually haven't finished this, but the fact this isn't a legacy game, I don't think it's going to be anything that's really going to lower the rating for me. I've played 17 missions. It's definitely got harder. I'm playing it at the recommended player count of 4. Very enjoyable, lots of fun, and yeah, my current rating for this is 8.4. Well, again, please let me know what your thoughts are on this list. I look forward to bringing you many varieties of videos this year. Lots more things planned, books, more books, potentially more accessories, and loads more games coming out in 2022 and prior, including some ad print games, amongst many others. So, hope you enjoy this list. Let me know again what your thoughts are. Speak to you soon.